Hey everyone, welcome to our podcast Behind the Growth Gap. It has been some time since we have dropped an episode, but as you all know, right, business gets into the weeds, but we are still showing up. We do have more videos in our YouTube channel, but if you are listening to us via Spotify and even our YouTube, please go ahead and make sure to subscribe. So today's topic is really going to be the mature CEO. All right. So, you know what? For the past 6 years of running a business, I don't know if you experience the same thing, and there's going to be a point in your business that you kind of try to figure things out and wonder what is really happening as you move forward. And one of the things that has really happened in my business is the amount of pivots that I have done. Pivots is something that at times is so hard because you try to create a certain consistency, but then because of the shift and the change that you have been doing, there's a lot of either misalignment or doubt whether you are heading in the right direction. But for me, as a visionary and an implementer, taking action is very important in order for me to identify whether it works or not. But sometimes, because of that, it does create an audience confusion on what it is that you're doing and what is it really you're trying to achieve. So, a very good example is that a lot of people will always tell you, like, hey, niche down, and niching down, you're able to really tailor things more and your business gets more clear, gets everything. But when you are at the point that the industry and the surrounding are shifting and a lot of things influence your income and your clientele and your offers, there's going to be a point that you need to decide whether you're going to still keep moving forward or you're going to shift things and see whether that is the path that you need to take or what is it that you're going to be taking. And the beauty about entrepreneurship is that you have that ability to do so, but in a much more strategic way. So when I have Savvy Chic Design, when I started it, it was really just out of the passion of knowing that I can do more besides what I am doing when I migrated here in the US, and then found out that I have the passion and the eye for design and creativity and being really an eye for brands and understanding and geeking out on marketing and also in the back end system, but marketing in a sense that it covers not just what you call marketing ads or social media, but really identifying product research, product development, product pricing, product testing, product advertising, right? It's a whole gamut of what marketing is all about. And at times when you put one expertise and sometimes into one bucket of brand, it kind of just makes more sense if you want to open it up and create a other brand. But then it also lead into that, why do I have multiple brand names, that it actually all falls into this ecosystem. So what is it that I'm really diving into, especially when you are a business business owner, right? So our podcast is called Behind the Growth Gap, the behind the gaps and behind the challenges that is happening within a growing business is really being able to control a little bit of the opportunities that happens in your business and the things that can really occur because you see an opportunity. Because here's the power of being an entrepreneur: you have an eye for opportunity. You see things so fast and you act so fast that I can earn X, Y, and Z dollars in this. I can earn money in doing this, right? I bet I'm not the only one who feels such of a predicament in running a business. So when I started Savvy Chic Design, it was more focused on website and branding. We focused on a lot of course creators using Kajabi. And then when Kajabi really shifted a lot in terms of their platform, they were not able to be as fast as the industry is requiring them. There was a shift that is happening. And I found another tool, which is high level, that end up being a white label of our EmpowerSoft, basically high level powers EmpowerSoft. And with that, it was a different product. it was a product itself as a platform, and I called it EmpowerSoft. And there was a time that I actually retired Savvy Shake Design, opened up really EmpowerSoft, but then I realized it doesn't make sense for have a website, branding, and all of these other things connected to just a platform. So the platform in PowerSoft became just a tangible product like this mouse, right, for Apple as just the CRM or just the platform itself. And then Savishik became just the whole enterprise. And as as we grow and as we focus more on bigger clients, the bigger table, bigger discussion, top CEOs and CEOs who are more in a space of like a mature business. I don't know if that kind of makes sense, right? I feel like the Savvy Chic Design brand will always be there and is still there, but then with a concept that I came up as well, that we are tying up the gap between a growing business and the framework that we have created, I really believed and I decided as another pivot to have the Growth Gap company to be our mother company that basically evolves and focuses on our core offer that we are a fractional marketing department, that we help businesses founder led to grow, scale, and exit eventually, if that is an option that they would love to do, through the vehicle of marketing and revenue systems, specifically for client journey and client revenue, right? The revenue that they come into. And a lot of this are moving parts, and a lot of this are alignment, planning, redirecting the messaging, be more clear. And even at the question of like, okay, Joanna, who is it that you are serving? It is really going to be founder-led businesses, right? Meaning CEOs and founders who wake up one day and decided to be in the crazy world of entrepreneurship, build a whole business, and now into their millions or 1 million or 250 or wherever they are. But we are really specifically working with businesses right now who are at $250,000 of annual income and above, because that's who the people can afford our monthly rate. And as they grow, of course, our services and offer grows as well, right? So why am I sharing this is because you might be in a stage or in a season of your business you try to be so confused on whether each of this pivot are worth taking risk. And I love how those people who have been in business that has really stuck into that certain clarity or certain like this is how it is, this is going to be here it is. My personality, I'm such a creative person and I'm a visionary and I implement and I love doing what I'm doing, but then I've realized everything that I've created actually belongs in an ecosystem. So if you are in doubt, pause a little bit and map things out and connect all of these dots that you're doing in your business and see whether they're actually really intertwined and connected and not actually separated. Because with the Growth Gap company as our main fractional department, consulting, and really diving into the higher ticket of marketing and implementation, Savvy Chic Design is our implementation where our creativity comes in, and EmpowerSoft is a tool where we give businesses to use when they're growing and scaling. So as you can see, it's a three-way wheel that connects to each other and that they talk to each other. So if you're really in business and you're really wondering, like, this is a little bit so hard and kind of is just like overwhelming, or just like wondering if this is the right thing that you're doing, I would really say is that pause a little bit, write down all of the decisions and why you created that pivot, and then go back to the drawing board on where you want to go. Because I want to be reaching my 5 million, my 10 million company. I want to sell in PowerSoft eventually if our monthly recurring revenue has reached to this point that I want to exit this. And also Savvy Chic Design, I want to exit and sell it to another agency as well and just really focus on my love, my other love and passion, which is really diving into companies and being their leader, being part of their ecosystem. Like, these are all connected in a future plan that I want to achieve. So, and it's so funny how as you grow as an individual, as a business owner, there are a lot of maturity that needs to happen as a CEO, as a business owner in your business, right? So one of the things that I really love is the decision making, how you delegate, how you plan, how you talk to your people, how you create your standard to make sure that everything is aligned, how you make sure that every decision that this is not a game. And I myself have to remind this one that running a business is not a game, is not for the faint of heart, is not for those who just think, we can say, let's figure it out, but it is a livelihood. It is something that is connected to how I live my life and how I want to move forward. And that's why I'm so passionate in finding clients who understand the value that I put out there and the impact that I create. Because every time I see comments such as, hey, I got another sale, hey, we've closed another deal, or oh my gosh, this is awesome, we're creating momentum, we're moving, all of these other things, right? Once I know that that is happening, regardless of what brand is doing the work, I know I'm closing the gap of a company that is growing. So let me know if you find this valuable. Please make sure to subscribe. I'm so happy to be back and for more topics about behind the growth gap and hopefully talking to other entrepreneurs who are closing those gaps as well. You'll hear from experts that helps you in different sections of your business. All right, guys, thanks.